recording. It looks like Laura doesn't see the link. So we're going to have Carolina put the attendance link in the chat again now. And then if everyone can go in and fill out the form. Okay, she just put it in the chat. So if you don't see it in the chat, please let us know. We'll give you another moment to fill that out. Okay, great. And at any point during the meeting, if we say that we've put a link there and you don't see it, just type into the chat or raise your hand or just unmute and let us know. But thank you everybody for joining our meeting tonight. We decided to go with virtual for this month. This is our 4th meeting of the year, and I think we've had 2 in person and 2 virtual. So we'll hope by February we're back in person. We're also going to share in the chat right now the agenda for tonight, if you haven't had a chance to see the agenda, which we posted on our website. So Megan, if you could put both the agenda in the chat for everybody to see. And Carolina, I think a few more people just joined the call. If you want to share the link for attendance one more time, that would be great. I'll give Megan a minute. Okay. I'm going to go to that link as well. So that takes us to the website. And if you want to see the agenda for tonight, if you scroll down, January agenda, you can download it and follow along. We're going to call the meeting to order now. And the first order of business is to accept our minutes. So I'm going to turn it to our secretary, Danielle.
Hi, everyone. If everyone can please just take a moment to review the minutes. Let me know if you have any questions or comments or objections. And if there are none, then we can go ahead and approve the minutes and move on with the meeting.
And you can also find the minutes if you follow that link to our website. And Megan, if you have them handy and you want to share them, we can also just scroll down the screen.
Showing. Good.
It's showing, yeah. And if you just slowly scroll it, if everybody can just take it in, then if anyone has questions. Okay, I think you got to the bottom, Megan. So Danielle?
Is there any questions? We're good? Yes? Okay.
So if there's no questions or objections, we'll go ahead and accept the minutes. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is the membership update. So Melinda and Carolina for membership.
So from last month, or from the last time we met in November, we had 190 members. We are now up to 193. So we had 3 extra members over the holiday. So that's good. Carolina, anything else?
No, thank you.
Nope, that's it.
Thank you very much. Okay, the treasurer update from Amanda.
Yes, so I can quickly go over the balance sheet. Megan, do you want me to share it?
You can nod. I can see you.
Either way.
I can share
Go
it,
ahead.
hopefully. Hold on. I'm going to attempt to share my screen, present my entire screen. I don't know. Yes, sure. Guys, I don't use Google at, yes, share. I don't use Google at work anymore, so. Okay. Can you see this balance sheet? Can someone say yes, because I can't see anyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we haven't had a meeting since November. I'm going to attempt to run through this and then just talk about a few other things. So we have a slight increase in profit. We put out a lot of money. We took in a lot of money. So there was trunk or treat, leftover things. Constant contact is our email. We've ordered our Smencils, which Danny has in her hands. She'll talk about later for Valentine's Day. There was a withdrawal for Cashbox for Holiday Shop, paying out the Holiday Shop. It's at $2,798. We purchased items at Party City for the hot cocoa teacher bar. These were items, the Party City items were for the Holiday Shop as well. Email. The New Jersey charity registration is something we have to pay every year because basically we don't have to pay taxes to the state, but we have to pay this registration fee when we file. And then we ordered some stickers and other supplies from Amazon. This is the money we took in as the second half. So there's a couple different Gertrude Hawks. There was one on the previous because I was depositing checks as they came in. Second part of the penny drive, which we talked about the last meeting. Amazon Smile, which comes in every 3 to 4 months. Some member dues came in. There was a donation from Lauren Hutchison. Did I say her last name correctly? From her work. Like, I guess it was a donation match. That was $360. Returned the cash from the cash box. This was the income from the Holiday Shop. This was not our profit. It was the income because obviously we had to pay out money to the Holiday Shop. And then we were able to return some Party City things. And then a little bit of Cheddar Up membership money came in through the payment online. There's a few outstanding items. Gertrude Hawk still owes us $567 profit. We're waiting for that check to come in. There's a few things that Danny signed off on for today for repayment for the hot cocoa bar from Target Supplies, and then the Spiritware Thanksgiving raffle. There's another, we have to order Spiritware raffle for Mrs. Romandi, who won. I have her order. I think she gave me the sizes too. And then Juliana Brizuela, we're going to order her a hoodie as well. And then for some reason, the Amazon package for the stickers and bags, and there's something that's shipping separate. So that's what's remaining, which should be coming in shortly. And then we have our playground fund, which is just sitting there, which I think we'll talk about later. A couple of things to note. I stopped sharing, right? You can give me a thumbs up because I can see it. Okay. There were a few things that we had to approve as a board after the last meeting since it's been 2 months. So per the bylaws, the board can approve anything under $500. It's not in the current budget. So those items were, I don't have them written down on a screen, so I'm going to tell you, $25 for the Thanksgiving bingo for the Spiritware. There was Holiday Shop supplies. We increased it from $400 to $500, but we ended up not needing it. We only spent $192. The staff spirit raffle, which was $100. And then the vote to buy Juliana the hoodie. And then the Valentine's Day grams, we added an additional $200 to purchase the stickers, bags, and pencils. And the Smencils we ordered 1,000 of. So if there are leftover, those will go for next year. But we'll see about that. Two other things to note. Gertrude Hawk profit, the total profit. So we did awesome between the middle school and the elementary school. We ended up hitting the 50% profit mark, which is if we sell over $7,500 worth of chocolate, we get 50% of that profit. We sold over 15,000. So our profit is $7,575, which is awesome. And then the one last thing to talk about is we have one fund request that has come in from Mrs. Allen for the Vanderbucks card. Am I saying that right? Which is for an additional $500. I can present the form maybe if I can find it. It's on one of my tabs. Sorry, guys. Yes, I can present it. Hold on. So it is for, yes, my entire screen. Yes. For $500 for supplies for it. So Mrs. Allen and I were chatting that she said she thinks it should get them through the end of the year along with donations, and they're waiting on a grant and some other things. We had talked about actually having the PTO purchase it from Amazon for them, which is fine because it helps our accounting lines and making everything clear as to what we're spending our money on with receipts. So I would like, unless anyone has questions, to bring it to a vote for the additional $500 to add. I will remind everyone that we did make more profit than we expected for Gertrude Hawk. Our estimate was $4,000 and we made $7,500.
I'll second it. And I think to vote, we're going to ask you type into the chat if you vote no. Otherwise, we'll assume it's a yes. But if you have questions, please feel free to ask questions about it. Okay, I'm not seeing anything in the chat. I'm not seeing anyone ask questions. Speak now, unmute if you need to. And I believe that's passed.
Excellent. That is the treasurer update.
Okay, one treasurer update from the last meeting. We never finished the funds request for Art Club, which since the last meeting, turns out that the Art Club is going to receive funds from another source. So those funds won't be coming from PTO. So we just wanted to give everybody that news that we will not have to fulfill that request. So we were really grateful for that. And just want to give everybody that update.
Sorry, the vote yes is to increase $500 for what? I'm sorry.
$500 for the Vanderbucks cart.
Okay.
For prizes for it.
Okay, anybody have any questions so far? And use that little hand raise button if you do. Okay, all right. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is a debrief on the holiday shop, which Melinda Julian headed up this year. So Melinda.
Okay, hello everyone. So real quickly, just wanted to rattle off the numbers of what we did. You know, going in, the holiday shop is not a fundraiser. We do it for the kids because they enjoy it and they love it. And this, I think, was like no other year. So much that we ran out of products 2.5 hours before. So that was good. So we made $112. The great thing is we did donation jars for I'm gonna mess up her name, Cece and Juliana's last name. We made $600 for the family, which was amazing. Very generous little kids, just kept throwing their money in. So it was super, super sweet. I want to give a big thank you to everyone who participated in the bake sale. We had some beautiful, beautiful, delicious things that looked like they came out of a professional bake shop. I was blown away. There was cocoa bombs, there was cupcake, like it was amazing. So thank you to anybody and all who did that. The volunteers, our elves, they stayed even when there was nothing to sell or kids to shop for, but they stayed and helped cleaned up and they were great. So the holiday shop I felt like was amazing. And also a big shout out to Danielle and Alicia for being super helpful with me on the holiday shop. I'm super thankful to them. Going forward for next year, I think we learned a little bit about having enough kids for a certain amount of time with spacing out for the sensory time. That was the first time also we had a 30-minute block for kids for sensory. It seemed to work well. I think next year we'll just try to space it out a little bit more so kids don't feel overwhelmed if they want to go in with their parents and else at the same time. And maybe cut it down from 9 to 1. It really felt like that 9 to 3 was just too much. Parents want to get in and get out. They have activities and things to do, and definitely need to order more products. So it worked out really well. The kids were so happy. We got a lot of positive feedback from parents and kids saying they were really happy we, decided to follow through with it. So yeah, I think it was a win-win.
It was great.
Any questions? Nope. Awesome. Looking forward to it again this year.
Thank you,
I'm
Melinda.
very glad we did it.
Yep, me too.
Yeah,
I'm very
me
grateful
too.
for all of you ran the show. So thank you. And if anybody has any feedback, whether it's today at the meeting or going forward, we're always open to suggestions. So you can always send us an email or, just, get in touch with us. So thank you. Erica, you have a question.
Well, actually, just a comment. In previous years, we've done a make your own reindeer food station, which might be a fun thing to add back next year if things are not as crazy with COVID and whatever, being hands-on.
Yeah, we were going to do that, but with the time constriction, and we also did the chocolate pickup, it just felt too much going on, and with COVID. But yeah, a couple of kids did ask, where was the reindeer section? So hopefully coming, this next year, we'll be able to bring that back.
Awesome.
Thank you again. And I noticed some people joined the meeting more recently. So Carolina, if you could put the sign-in sheet back in the chat again real quick. So anyone who didn't get a chance to sign in, please do that. And okay, so next on the agenda, we have Black History Month, which is new for our agenda from PTO. And I'm going to ask Danny Tiplady to take it away.
Hi. So this was an idea that was brought to us from Takina. Thank you so much for bringing this to our attention, Takina. This is something we're going to try to do this year. I know February is Black History Month, so we're hoping to partner with the school to expand what they currently do for Black History Month, because Takina and I and Amy have had some really great discussions. Black history is American history, and we want to promote age-appropriate discussion. So we're going to be forming a committee to put together some ideas for what we can do at the school and partner with the school. So if anybody would like to be on that committee, we'll be adding a button to our website, and then we will reach out to you about being on that committee. Takina, was there anything you wanted to add?
Yes, I just wanted to say that I feel very privileged for the opportunity to be able to work with the PTO and the school to really bring a new flavor, a new energy to Black History Month. Thank you for highlighting, Danny, that it is a living American history. And I think there's just so much that can be done. I have a lot of ideas, and I'm looking for some folks that would be able to join in with me and really help us work together to bring a very robust program to the school.
Great, thank you. Yeah, we've had some great discussions over the past few days. So much. I have so many notes. Takina is a wealth of information, opening my eyes to certain things and, what we can bring to enhance the education of students. So if you are interested in joining the committee, you can email us at info@somerville.njpto.com, or you can email me, Danny Tiplady, at msn.com, or the committee button on the website.
It's on the chat right now.
Oh, it's on the chat. Perfect. Thank you so much, Megan.
And I just want to say too, this was an idea that Takina brought forward. So we want to just encourage everyone, if there's something you would like to do or see us do, just, bring it to us, and, we'll make it happen. So any ideas that people have that encourages, the growth of the students at the school, that's what we're looking to do. So I want to thank Takina for bringing it up, and for Danny for seeing it on the membership form that she filled out, and for bringing it to our agenda tonight. So I think there was a question, or Carolina, you had a comment or a question?
Who were the two persons joined by phone, please?
Okay, so if you're joining by phone, if you could unmute and state your name. And I think to unmute from a phone, I want to say it's *6. Okay, I'm not hearing any voices, so if you can let us know your name at some point, if you're able to figure out how to unmute, that would be great. Okay, all right, thank you, Danny and Takina. And again, I think the button to join that committee should be up and running. Okay, so up next is Book Fair. That's myself and Erica. Erica, would you like to to speak?
Sure. We had our first committee meeting virtually because, things were going on. But we're looking forward to having our next committee meeting in person on February 3rd because we're going to try and go through some of the stuff that we have in the closet from past fairs and just make sure we know what we have and what we need donations of going forward into the book fair. As a committee, we've decided on a theme for the book fair, which is Reach for the Stars, and it's going to be a space theme, and Kate's helping us facilitate decorations and stuff for that already. So.
Yeah, and I have the details in front of me. It's February 28th to March 4th. Students will be able to shop and staff during the day, and then families will be invited to come on Thursday, March 3rd from 3 to 7. So when we go live and you see our first announcement, you're going to see a link for the website and you're going to see a link for the Sign Up Genius. We're going to need as many hands on deck as possible. So thank you, Bronwyn, for creating the Sign Up Genius. We just haven't released it to the wild yet because we're still tweaking things. But that's really the best hope. That's the best help we can get from our members is to take a shift and come to the fair and help bring up sales and help students shop. And it's a great way to get directly involved at the school. And, there will be more information about it that we will probably let you know about at our next meeting, which is right before the fair. But if you would like to join that committee, there's a committee button for that as well. We have about 9 or 10 people on the committee right now. And, we're always happy to have more people helping us plan the event. But if you simply want to just volunteer at the fair, we would love that too. So thank you. Any questions? Amanda.
Just one thing to note, we do have a budget line item this year for book fair since we knew we were running it. It is $100 in case we needed that or in case we needed additional funds. I think we put it as a placeholder, but I wanted to bring that up since we are at the meeting now. And the next one is very close to book fair.
That's a good point. There could be more costs that we hadn't, anticipated that we may need this time around because we're going to be doing the decorations. We are going to ask for donations though from the families for the supplies that we would need, like the the Post-it notes and the rubber bands for the posters, the pencils and the lollipops. So actually, Kate, I wanted to ask you this question since you're in charge of decorations. If there are $100 is mostly spent on decorative items, do you think that that's enough, or because we can always have a vote tonight to increase the budget?
100 for just the decorations part? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, and
Oh
really
yeah,
fast.
I
fine.
have
Okay.
most things already. It's like a very minimal cost.
Yeah, and I feel like everything else we usually we're going to put on a Sign Up Genius anyhow, so I think we'll be okay. But thank you for reminding me that, Amanda.
We usually do a lot of dollar store things and kind of rig them up so they look cute.
Yep. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, feel free to shout them out. And I don't see any hands raised. Okay,
We're also going to be doing a coin drive leading up to the book fair to put money into our All for Books fund starting the fair, because we are trying to get a book in every child's hand, even if their families have had unforeseen circumstances this year that would lead them to not be able to purchase a book at the book fair. And we're partnering with the teachers to identify where those needs are, and so they can find out what the wishes are and we can fulfill them without it being a public knowledge thing, who's getting them.
Right, and we'll be accepting donations for the All for Books fund, not just through the coin drive, but we're going to have a PTO e-wallet. And the e-wallet is the way you set up funds to shop at the fair if you don't want to bring cash. So we're going to have one through PTO where you can make these donations, where we can use those funds for that purpose. We will also be using funds from the fair that are raised to fulfill the wishes for the library and for the classroom libraries. And usually we fulfill those wishes off of the profit that we make from the fair. We usually make about 6,000 scholastic dollars from the fair. So we're able to, buy more books for Vanderveer as a direct result of everyone's purchases at the book fair. So I always like to remind people that it's not just a way to get new books. It's also a fundraiser that gets books for the school. It's just that this year we're adding to that layer, getting, one book for every kid who comes to the fair. Okay, so that's that. And back to the agenda. Okay, thank you, Erica. Okay, so we're on to the Valentine's Day grams, and that's Danny.
Okay, so in previous years we've done pencilgrams, which are sorry, baby's pulling on the power cord. You get 2 Smencils, which are scented pencils, and 2 regular Valentine themed pencils. And we sell those at Vanderveer. Forms will be going home from the homeroom teachers, and then you fill it out with and send it back with your $5. And me and my team of Valentine gram elves will fulfill those grams. And this year it's new. We're going to be doing something at the middle school. We're going to be doing sticker grams, where they're going to get, I have 4 different themed stickers. I'm going to share what they look like. We ordered them from Amazon. They're going to get 2 of the theme that they select. So it's a friendship gram. So it's, friends, and your friends or siblings or teachers got, so you can select on the order form. There'll be like a checkbox, inspirational sayings. They'll get 2 of each of the theme and then 1 of the Valentine's themes. So inspirational sayings, cute ones, gamer ones, and assorted sports.
And do we have feedback from the student council if they're able to?
I have not heard back from the student council. It sounded like Mrs. Chitundu was waiting for approval from administration. But that was last week, and I haven't heard anything back, and I was going to follow up with her tomorrow. So we were hoping, we were going to have the order forms at the main office, but we were hoping to have student council sell, or at least take the orders during lunch, because they're already selling, they'll be selling tickets to the Valentine's Day dance. So it'll just, I'm hoping at the same table, they'll just have the order forms for the or for the sticker grams. Did I say that they're $1? They're going to be $1 for 3 stickers.
Also, I was wrong about the dance. It's a spring dance, not a Valentine's Day dance. I was wrong.
Oh, spring dance. Oh, okay.
I don't know when that happens, but just wanted to let you know.
Okay. So I'm hoping that works out. If not, it sounded like the student council wasn't loving the idea. So if not, I'm hoping to hang up signs around the school, which is how they advertise other things at the school. They just put flyers up in the hallway. Yeah. And then they can pick up the order form from the front office and then drop off at the front office, or they'll be maybe on the website. I haven't worked out all of the details yet for that. Maybe on the website or in an email or something like that. So 2 years ago, we sold about a little over 200 of the Smencils. So we did plan to sell that many, if not more, which is why we ordered 1,000. So, because they come in boxes of 500. And we, as Amanda said before, we approved additional funds for $200 to buy the stickers and the things from Dollar Tree and the bags. And that's it. And thank you to everybody that signed up to help assemble the pencilgrams and stickergrams. I've got about 14 people, so I'm super excited. And check your email for when everything will be ready for pickup to assemble at home. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny, and her team of volunteers for pulling that together. I think the kids will be excited to see that come back. Okay, you're actually up next regarding Playground Fund Committee.
Okay. For the past 2-ish years, I've been the chair for the playground committee. We have about, what do we have? $17,000, $12,000, $17,000?
17 and change, yep.
17 and change. We'd had several meetings before COVID about how to spend that money, what we were looking for, what is the need at the school. We'd identified a few needs, biggest one being handicap accessible equipment for the playground, because there is currently the playground, some people say it meets code for handicap accessibility, but it's not actually usable for children in walkers, gait trainers, any type of thing with wheels. So we were hoping to get something with that money, spend the money. Due to COVID, I hate saying that because start every sentence with that. Things have gone up in price. And I'm also looking for somebody to take over that committee. So if anyone would be interested in spearheading, I still want to be on it. I still want to be involved, but I just have a lot on my plate right now. So if anybody is willing to take over the chairperson of that committee, let me know. Anything, Erica? Do you have anything to add?
Not really.
Okay.
The word you were looking for is ADA compliant.
Thank you.
It's level enough to be ADA compliant, but it's wood chips and they don't even them, so they're not actually ADA compliant anymore.
Right. Thank you. That was the word left my brain, and
yeah.
Thank you.
And I definitely still want to be on the committee, but cannot chair either right now.
Yeah. Okay, and that is that for the playground committee. Oh, we do have a new rep with the playground equipment company, and whoever does take over, I can set you up with his email and his contact information. That's it.
Right. And if people want to think about it and just reach out to us, you can either reach out to Danny or to the info@somervillenjpto.com, if I got that right. Our email address. You can reach out to the PTO and just let us know that you're interested. And, hopefully by the next meeting, we could appoint a chairperson and start to move that forward again. So give it some thought. Okay. All right. So next is the literacy initiative. And that, Carolina, is what I named the idea that you had about having read aloud pods. So that's for you to talk about.
All right, thank you. This is just a recent idea. It's not something that is much thought yet. It's open to comments and people who wants to get involved. And I just thought of that we could have a group of parents volunteer. Honestly, I'm really tired of video calls, but if not possible, let's do video call. It's just for parents to volunteer to read to kids and to listen to kids read aloud to boost their reading skills. So I'm thinking more look at, let's say like a small program of 4 or 6 weeks, and at the end raffle some prizes. I was thinking even to join with the book fair, but it might be too soon, too close, or even after the book fair, it could be like a 4 or 5 week program after the spring break. I also already talked to the library to see how they can join us, perhaps if we can invite maybe one day to parents to read at the library with kids at their own convenience, and also just open the door so then they can visit more the library. I just made a little flyer, but of course it's on the works. Let me share the screen. It's cute. Hold on. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen. I just made let me see. 1 second. Can you see something? Anyone?
Yep, we can see it.
Oh man. You see, I was able to do it before, but I can do it now. That's how it goes. Here you go. So I just made this little flyer. It says Somerville and JPTO invites you to Let's Read Together, Leamos Juntos, which I am also, I also talk to some other moms who read in Spanish, so we can have a Spanish reading group. But it's not only limited to reading in Spanish or read to Latino kids, but to read to parents or families who sign up for their kids so they can boost their reading skills. So I put here a video call, but I was thinking to make like a bingo thing where they can, complete I'm so sorry, I need to stop presenting. Okay. Where they need to complete a chart and then submit it for a raffle. It could be, charts that we already have seen in school, like read a nonfiction, read a fiction book, read about a biography, read outside, read at the park, read at the library, something like that. So whoever is interested in joining this magnificent group, you're more than welcome. And of course, I was thinking to bringing it up to the school to see if they want to suggest any titles or any, I don't know, reading topics. So open to any comments. And again, if you want to join a committee that this is forming, please fill up the committee form, which I can share again right now on the chat. And that's it. I'm hoping that you get excited about it.
I know you're talking about Somerville Library. You should be aware that there is no accessible area in their children's area for children. So talking to them about a place upstairs that you could hold your event, so it could be inclusive of our entire community.
Yes, actually, the reason why I talked to library and they said that if at least could be like one of the sessions could be at the library, so then we have to reserve the room, which it can be done, it's possible. But I was thinking of two ways. One could be like this, an online reading with breakout rooms, or the other one could be a sign-up genius where one family volunteering to read is assigned for two families who need their kids to boost the reading skills. So it will be like in that case of the sign-up genius will be up to the family who can coordinate the time with the other two families, pretty much up to them when they want to visit the library. Not everybody has to go at the same time or the same day. And the library mentioned something like they had a program before where teens volunteered to read to other kids, but it wasn't as successful. So maybe that's why I didn't continue. But if I'm thinking more like parents reading to kids and listening to kids read aloud, that's all. Thank you so much. And hope you join.
Thank you, Carolina, for bringing this to the agenda as well, and for this initiative, for getting this off the ground. And I think somewhere along the way, I saw that February 2nd is National Read Aloud Day. So, make sure you read to your kids that night. And, hopefully from there we can springboard and get this moving forward. We also may have a read aloud component at the evening event at the book fair. So there's a possibility that we'll be able to tie in there as well, which is also Read Across America Week. So that, will be kind of the centerpiece literacy, week of the year at school. So perhaps between now and then we can pull this all together.
Okay. Yes. I would like to hear from Ms. Trevor maybe in the near future about like any best dates to do this that doesn't cross with too much of the school going on, like Read Across America. And yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay. Absolutely. Sounds good.
Great. Thank you so much. Okay, so that committee button should be available as well. So please sign up and help out. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is the Teachers Lounge. I'm going to ask, that's something new as well that we're bringing to the agenda for this month. So Danielle, if you could take the floor.
Okay. So at our last board meeting, it was brought up by one of the ladies that the teachers lounge can use a little TLC, and we can all agree on that. I met with Miss Frever and Mr. Reevy, and because I didn't want to step on anyone's toes to like just like start touching things and taking things and reorganizing, and people like, what are you doing? So we have the go ahead to kind of get the ball rolling with that. I'm supposed to meet with Mrs. Hellwig on Friday morning. She seems to know a lot about what's what in there, and just kind of trying to like, I think the biggest thing is to start with organizing things and finding homes for everything. And if things don't need to be there, to get them out of there. We also found out that the vending machine, which has not been working for I don't know how long, wouldn't even have to be replaced through us. That's through Machio's, the food service company. So I need to kind of look into that a little more, talk to Mr. Reevy about finding out about that. I also put an idea jar in there, and I've already gotten like 22 ideas about what they would like, what the teachers would like, such as the biggest thing was the vending machine, which isn't even us, and like a little coffee bar area, storage cabinets, things like that. So I think I just need to start with meeting with Mrs. Hellwig, and going from there. But I don't really want to open up a committee at this point. I just kind of want to get the feel of like I don't know, just kind of like reorganizing there. I don't really need to start a committee at this point. And if it comes to that, then I'm kind of thinking like to get the teachers involved on the committee, because they know best as to what they want, and kind of like redoing the bulletin boards and making it just like a more positive and comfortable place to be. So that's really it. But I think it's an awesome idea, and I think that it seems like people are excited because, like I said, I just put that jar in there on Tuesday, and there's 22 responses already. So it's a good thing.
Laura, do you have a comment or a question?
Yeah, just real quick. I think that's a great idea, and I honestly have not been in there, so I don't know what it looks like. Do we know if the middle school also needs like refurbishment in their, staff lounge? Because it might be something nice to do for teacher appreciation. Like you said, get ideas from the teachers, and then we could get the coffee bar going and things like that, or whatever else they would need. Microwave, like we can donate things for teacher appreciation, but I don't know if the middle school would need something too, just as something to do.
I've been in the middle school teachers lounge quite a bit over the past month or two. It also needs some love. And I would be happy to put a suggestion jar in there. I have to head over to the middle school tomorrow to pick up some things. So I'd be happy to put something over there. I agree. Something does also need to be done at the middle school. The setup is just different. Their lounge is a lot smaller. But yeah, no, that one needs some love too. And some storage, because they just have a lot of things shoved in the corner. Mr. Reevy? You very sure?
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to let you know that you can take the vending machine off your itinerary, Danielle, for anything. We'll handle that through the administration office, and I'll have a sit down with the people from Machio's and see what we can do. And if we need to, we can even talk about replacing that or going to a different vendor. I don't know if it's tied into the contract, but it's time for them to either start showing up or we look for something else.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, and I didn't know if we wanted to have any discussion tonight about a budget to vote on, or if we're just going to wait until the ideas come in, and Danielle, as you and anybody who's part of making those decisions want to propose something, and then we would just have a vote at a future meeting.
Yeah, I'm thinking we'll wait. I'm just not quite sure. I kind of want to give it a little more time to even just until like the end of maybe like next week, just to get more ideas, and even for me to get in there and kind of be like, okay, what can we do like with this space to reorganize it and make it be at its full potential. So I don't really know what to ask for at this point.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Danny. I
you.
know you had brought this up, and Danielle, you're the one running with it. And thank you for bringing this other new item to our to the PTO tonight. So thank you. Okay. And okay, the next item on the agenda, spring fundraising. We did Gertrude Hawk in the fall, and we typically have done a second fundraiser in the spring. So Amanda, if you could present that.
Yeah, so last year we had done the pasta fundraiser because it was very hands-off in terms of in the school, and everything was done online. So that is an option. We had talked about at the last meeting, which seems like ages ago, starting up some Dine to Donates. I put a request in for Panera for the day of our meeting. I think it was the day of our meeting. Don't quote me on that 100%. I feel like it's the 17th. I'm waiting to hear back on that. They have to like approve it. And then there are a few other things. If anyone has any connections to anyone locally, I'm happy to be in touch with local restaurants versus the chains. The chains are set up a little bit easier. It's like Panera, Chipotle. I think the Somerville basketball team, the women's basketball team, is doing wings tonight, Buffalo Wild Wings. TGI Fridays, I know, is an option. Things like that. So if anyone knows of any local restaurants who do it and that you know someone there, please let me know. I'm more than happy for you to reach out and figure out if that's an option. We can do that. The other thing we had talked about for the spring, which did really well pre-COVID, was Hersheypark tickets. I believe we made over $1,000 profit on them. They finally opened up today for 2022 sales. I've been waiting and checking every day. So we could do that if that seems to be the consensus. I think that was the plan. So we can basically, we get a group rate, we can sell it for a little bit more, we can make the profit for fundraising, and then you still get a hugely discounted ticket to Hersheypark. I think they're normally like $88. I don't remember what the price is this year, but it's really expensive. And we give it to you for much, much less. And the other option is doing pasta, or we can do both. We could think about doing all of them and contributing some of it to the playground fund. There are some thoughts here to kind of throw out. I guess the first one is, are there any objections to doing Hersheypark? I'm going to go with no because it's very quiet. So that's an easy one because we send out the forms, they send them back with their check, and we get the tickets. So we can do that. If anyone would like to be in touch, feel free to, I can put my email in the chat, email me about local restaurants. I'm happy to do that as well. And then I don't know if we also want to consider doing the pasta fundraiser or if we want to see how things go for the next couple months and then consider adding that as well. I did not run the pasta fundraiser last year, so.
I ran the pasta fundraiser last year. It's very easy. We could set it up and then run it the next week. So it's very quick. And it's all online. Everything gets direct shipped. The only I did hear some negative feedback because there is a shipping cost. Yeah. So some people will be put off from that by having the shipping cost. But again, it's very hands-off from us. Everybody orders online. I pretty much hit start fundraiser, end fundraiser, and that really was it. So it was an easy, we made, I forget how much we made.
I think it was 400 and change.
Yeah, for minimal work, $400. So I would be happy to run that again.
Yeah, I'm inclined to leave it and see how Dine to Donate does in February and March, and then we could always add it for April or May, unless there is any objection. Because if you're saying it's pretty easy to start, then that shouldn't be too bad. Any objection to holding off on that? Any other fundraising ideas? Please feel free to throw them out there. Oh, Yes, Janet, I see your hand raised.
Amanda, have you ever considered doing something like that clothing drive, like dance does?
So
I don't
the
know
only
the details. I don't
yeah,
know.
the only issue is I've thought about it. It's that we have to put it somewhere.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then I know, so for anyone who doesn't know, Elite Dance Center does a clothing drive. They're doing it, I think, next weekend, maybe. The problem I think she had one time was it was supposed to rain and they weren't coming until Monday. So she had to literally move everything inside.
Oh,
So
okay.
that would be my only concern.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly like how she worked it or how it works.
Yeah.
I just know that last time that she did it, she made out really well with it.
Yeah.
And got a lot of things donated and
Yeah.
made a good profit off of it. So
Maybe I'll ask her if she doesn't do it. She's not going to do it for the fall. Maybe we'll do it for the fall.
yeah, for another date.
Mm-hmm. Rachel, I see your hand raised.
The only thing I was gonna say, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, as I'm driving and the policeman just drove by me. Okay, was that I know Somerville Baseball did it, and they kind of had to beg and borrow to do it at the field house because they were concerned that stuff wasn't going to get picked up. But I don't know that they did very well, even with like the truck. Like I don't know that what they received as a profit was very good. So I'm happy to reach out to Somerville Baseball and try to get a little more information too on that. But for the amount of work that went into it, they didn't do as well as maybe Elite did.
Okay.
But just something to think, like, I don't know that the school would want us at, or, you know what I mean? Or even the borough at a place where like, if the truck refuses to take the items, they get left there.
Yeah. Okay. We'll think about it. Danny, did you have your hand raised?
I did, but I just was trying to figure out how it works. Is it like per pound?
It's something with per pound. And then because I donated last year when Elite did it. And I think like the sneakers need to be in separate bags and they'll take like bikes. They take like everything. They'll take car seats even if they're expired. It's kind of crazy what the donation truck will take. Any other questions? Then we can move on if you would like.
All right. Thank you very much. And I just wanted to point out that with all of this fundraising, it seems to be we're at a point in time where we have a surplus, which was something we were talking about as a board. We haven't done anything with it since COVID. There we are again since COVID, because we haven't been able to. And also, I think we were holding on to our funds to make sure when we were getting our 501c3 status back that we could pay the back taxes, which happened about 2 years ago at this point. So the board is going to be meeting, and I want to encourage anyone here to send us thoughts on what you think the surplus should go toward. I mean, there's a whole bunch of ideas that have been thrown out there, but we'll bring that to one of our meetings, in the next couple meetings to talk about what we could do with the funds. One of the ideas, just to give you an idea, was if we reform the playground fund committee and we find that the $17,000 that we have just isn't enough to do exactly what we want to do, would we want to take from some of the general funds to get exactly what we need? So we're hoping to do a little bit more with our funds. So brainstorm, think about what you think should happen with the money, and we can continue that discussion. Okay. If anyone has any comments, that is the first part of our agenda. The next part is the updates from the schools. So Ms. Frevert or Mr. Reevy, if you want to give us an update on things that are going on at Vanderveer.
Sure. We would love the opportunity. Thank Ms. Frevert, if you don't mind, I'll start, and you can definitely fill in the gaps where I based on what we discussed throughout the week. So we'll start off with the winter concert last month, right before the break, was great. It was a great event, getting the students back in to perform both instrumental music and vocal music. seeing the kids on stage, you know, after like 2 years. To be honest with you, it's been a long time coming, and the students were just elated to be performing. And hats off to Mrs. Helwig and Mrs. Voivoda for preparing, you know, and directing the band and the chorus. It really was a phenomenal night. The indoor games that the PTO has provided for teachers and students has been a huge success. This is the first year that we are having the students go back to the classrooms for indoor recess. And to be honest with you, it is one of these things that we were kind of forced into with making space inside the building and seeing what our options are. And now we're asking ourselves, why didn't we do this before? Because it truly breaks down the, you know, the crowd in the cafeteria from, you know, 120 plus for one grade, but there were 2 grades in there at a time. So we're looking at 220 to 230 kids, and the noise volume, if anyone has been in the school at that time, it's just unbearable at some point. So this really, you know, allows all the students to kind of take a break. And what recess should be, if it's indoors, should be relaxing, and it should be entertaining and enjoyable. So when the students get to spend that time playing the games that were provided by the PTO and it's a home run. So you know, once again, we really support it. And as always, we'll be looking probably for replacements towards the end of the school year because they are getting used, and which is great. And you know, the students have their requests for different games and activities, and they're making up their own games too, which is great. So they board games, and then they put their own spin on it. The teachers have been very busy with staff development, not just from this past Friday with the staff development days, but we are running a lot of programs and activities through our faculty meetings, and also during days where we're bringing in extra training for the foundations instruction. We're really, really pushing hard for building that strong language development, you know, from kindergarten through 5th grade. And it starts with a lot of foundations training. You'll hear your students, if you haven't heard your own children at home, with the, you know, the LIKE, like, as one of my words. And also with the math ready program, this is our first year for implementation for Ready Math as a resource, and it is being complemented with what we call Reimagined. And Reimagined is a vendor that we are using to help our staff with the delivery of instruction. So if you look at it as, you know, a lot of schools, they purchase a program or a resource, and they say, okay, this is our math program. We're trying to break that vicious cycle out there that if we strengthen the teacher's delivery of instruction for math, then it doesn't matter what the program is that's being used. As you know, math programs recycle or, you know, come around, and this is the latest and greatest. 4 years from now, we've been using this, but we really want to build a foundation for delivery of math instruction. And that's where we're using a, you know, different professional development for the instruction, no matter what the resource is. And that is very eye-opening for some teachers, especially some veteran teachers that are like the aha moments of, wow, okay. And having the opportunity for the veteran teachers to share with the newer teachers, and vice versa, with the new teachers sharing with the veteran teachers on strategies that they have recently learned by, you know, coming right out of school. The monthly celebrations you brought up, and I'm so glad to hear about the Mrs. D's. Thank you. You know, this has been a passion project of ours for going on 1, 2, 3, 4 years now, from that coffee and conversation that we had in the cafeteria with Mrs. Tiplady, myself, and a lot of members that are here tonight. So thank you. The cultural awareness celebrations each month that, I'm glad the focus is there on the Black History Month for February. But I want to, just make you aware that what we're looking to do on those celebrations and, for each month. So some of the things that we're doing to celebrate and acknowledge the various cultures throughout the year. We've realigned with our cultural awareness committee and have the month celebrating different cultures and incorporating the students into bringing one of the things that we have is the music, different musical cultures music on Fridays where the students are bringing their choices. Mr. Durfinger is taking a lead role in this, our art teacher, where the students are presenting him with their own cultural music of interest or of their family's background. And the students help him write a little tribute for delivery on Fridays. And we play a portion of the songs or play the whole song of the student's choice. So it really is bringing it full circle and having the students build on their traditions and cultural experience. So that's been a big hit as well. February 3rd, there will be a coffee and conversation with the Vanderveer admin. So we will put that out in the Friday newsletter. We'll have that advertised, and also it'll be like a school messenger that'll go out, and we'll do a digital backpack reminder for that, and probably a little half sheet or reminder too for parents that want to log in. And that'll be virtual, of course, and we can tend to get more families and more participation. What we realized is, we're not quite ready for the in-person yet, so we will continue with that virtually. And that update so far, February, if I've forgotten anything or didn't bring enough attention to something, please, by all means.
I just wanted to thank you again for approving the prize cart. In addition to the students, it really is a success this year, and I really hope your children are going home and sharing in their excitement when they get to go to the prize room. Now we have to call it, because our prize cart just didn't work for us. So now we took a room and they turn it into a store every other Friday for the students to go to. And they get very excited. They get a little check that shows how much money they have. So we just really appreciate your support in helping to make that a success, because it really has been a success for our climate, and really just reinforcing those positive behaviors. So thank you so much again on behalf of Mrs. Allen and all that support her, to provide them with more stuff, more prizes that students can pay for and cash in for the prize store now, not cart.
Amanda?
I have two quick, questions, comments. One is, I see Mrs. Allen every morning at Crossing CCN, so we chat. We had talked about potentially doing something with leftover donations of hot chocolate, having like a hot chocolate prize for the class. Or I had mentioned that movie theaters usually donate, I don't want to say buckets, I think it's large bags filled with popcorn, if that's something you ever wanted to consider. That was kind of, we had just chatted about as an option, a class could pull their points together and do that. One other question I had though, is the music and movement thing happening this month, or is that postponed due to COVID? Sorry, Danny, due to COVID.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's being postponed due to COVID. We just can't, the way that we want to do it. The whole point of that music movement is packed it in, get everybody moving around and everything, and just it needs to be
Is Mr. Reeve freezing for everybody? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, we are looking to postpone it. The Fun with Pumpkins was a success because we could do it outside. And it was, again, one of those things that was successful that we never thought to do outside. Unfortunately, I don't think Music and Movement would work this month outside. So yes, it is going to be something that we are looking to postpone. Thanks for asking.
Please direct.
I also I have a comment. I just want to thank you for elaborating on the music that happens every Friday. We Takina and Amy and I were kind of confused as to what that actually looked like. So I appreciate the clarification on that. So thank you.
I just wanted to give you a shout out for all of your getting everything ready for the staff for the hot cocoa bar and all the decorations that you put up, and you did a really great job with that. So I wanted to just give you a shout out for that, because you put a lot of work into that.
A little bit. My pleasure. I'm glad they enjoyed it. Next time, more snacks, less hot cocoa.
Right. You know our teachers now.
We returned so much. Well, Amanda did.
But not the snacks.
No, but it was something like 20 boxes of hot chocolate at Target. I was like, oh no.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Evie and Ms. Trevor, for the updates from Vanderveer. Is there anyone on the call from the middle school tonight? I can't see everybody who's here who might want to give us an update from the middle school. If you're out there, go ahead and unmute.
I haven't seen anybody.
No? Okay. Okay. So we don't have an update regarding the middle school tonight, but hopefully by the next meeting, we would have one. This is the part of the meeting where we are open for discussion. I just want to start it with bringing your attention to anything that's in the chat right now. I know that Takina had proposed a potential meeting on Friday at 12:30 for the Black History Committee. And we will be sharing the link for that. And if anybody looks like Megan, you have a comment?
Yeah, I just wanted to, advertise CPAG, the Special Education Parents Advisory Group. We have our support meeting for just the parents the first Wednesday of every month. So we'll have one February 2nd, 7 p.m. We're doing virtual right now. You can email somervillnjsepag@gmail.com if you want to reach out or get on our mailing list. Aside from the support group, we have quarterly district meetings and workshops, and we plan to have one of each of those this February. We don't have it all set up yet, but we'll email out to people. And we are planning on doing something for April Autism Awareness Month. So we want to get something fun and big going on for that one. So I just wanted to plug that.
When is it?
The support meeting is the February 2nd, the first Wednesday of every month.
No, I'm
And
sorry. Autism
Month is April.
Okay.
Okay, are there any other questions or suggestions? Any comments that anybody wants to bring to the forward now, or you can always email us. I just want to remind everybody, if you're ever looking for any of the information we put out, Megan does an amazing job of updating our website constantly, and there's a button on the Vanderveer website and on the middle school website, so you can find our website that way, and pretty much everything you need to know is always there, which I want to give kudos to Megan for keeping things so updated. So thank you.
Thank you. We also got it on the general district page as well, a button that goes to our website.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, thank you everyone for attending tonight. There will be more to come. Our next meeting is on February 16th, which is right before the book fair. We have the book fair meeting on February 3rd, as you'll see from the chat, and when you go to the committee pages, there will be other committee meetings this Friday for Black History Month Committee at 12:30. So please keep your eye out for any involvement that you want to offer to us. Please get in touch, and we will gladly take you on as a committee member. Again, thank you, and have a good night.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.